things are moving along well. Eid celebrations are wrapping up for Muslims around the world and here in Ottawa. And there are some lessons we could learn for our own lives if you are not Muslim. Here to tell us more is Luqman Ahmed, the Imam at the Baitul Nasir Mosque in Cumberland. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about the importance of Eid.
Firstly, I would just like to say that on behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, I would like to extend my greetings and say Eid Mubarak to all those people who celebrated Eid. And I hope it becomes a source of happiness and blessings in their life. Eid-ul-Adha, or it is referred to as Eid of Sacrifice, is one of the two major celebrations in the religion of Islam celebrated worldwide by Muslims. As you mentioned, here in Ottawa, we celebrated Eid on Saturday, July 9th, and the festival continues for 3 days. Basically, Eid-ul-Adha is a celebration that is done in the remembrance of and in commemoration of the great sacrifice of Prophet Abraham, or Ibrahim, peace be upon him, and his wife and his son. And as we know that Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, is greatly revered in the three great Abrahamic religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So this is basically, importance or history of Eid-ul-Adha.
What can those who are not Muslim and do not practice Islam learn about this celebration or from it?
So this Eid, it carries great meaning both for Muslims and for people outside of the faith of Islam. As far as the celebration of Eid-ul-Adha is concerned, there are two fundamental aspects of it. First is that, in the morning, for example, here in Ottawa, members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, they gathered in the Baitul Nasir Mosque here on the east end of Ottawa. And, after our prayers and the sermon, it is a time of joy and celebration, and members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, they were gathered together here in the mosque, as I mentioned. They meet each other, they greet each other, and it is a time for families to come together, both here at the mosque and then later on with their friends and family in their homes as well. But the second more important aspect of this Eid is that on this Eid, as I mentioned, that in remembrance of Prophet Abraham and his sacrifice, Muslims are required to arrange for a sacrifice of an animal on this day. And as far as majority of Muslims in Canada are concerned, we are lucky and we are blessed to be living in a country full of resources where we have plenty of access to meat. As such, the worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, His Holiness Mirza Masroor Ahmed, has advised us that the Canadian Muslims, they should actually arrange for this animal to be sacrificed in relative poor countries where meat may be a luxury item for many people and they do not have regular access to meat. So that is what is done by the members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat. And so in this way, the Eid-ul-Adha, it reinforces the idea of sacrifice on both aspects, personal sacrifice, personally sacrificing one's desires, one's ego for the sake of God, but also sacrificing one's wealth and resources for the sake of the betterment of humanity and helping those who may be in need.
We are almost out of time, but I don't want to let you go without learning a little bit more about this. I understand during the month of Ramadan, you raised money for those fleeing Ukraine. Tell us how much you raised and about this effort.
So as you know that the situation in Ukraine continues to be devastating for the people there. Given the conditions there, the worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmed, he has called upon the world leaders to not only resolve the situation in a peaceful manner, but also we understand that the people of Ukraine are in need right now. As such, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat partnered with a humanitarian organization, Humanity First, to try and raise funds, and we held many iftar dinners, charity dinners in the mosques of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat throughout Canada, as well as people donating online on the website of Humanity First. And in this way, we hope that we are able to help people who are in need at this time. And for Muslims, really, this is like a responsibility in our faith, and it reminds me of a simple but a great saying of the founder of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who once said that, for example, he said, "Man la yarham la yurham," an Arabic saying which means that a person who's not merciful towards the people will not be shown mercy by God. So again, Eid-ul-Adha, it reinforces the idea of sacrificing one's own resources, one's own wealth for the sake of people who are in need around you.
And you are doing just that with that support. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Imam Luqman Ahmed from the Beit al-Nasir Mosque in Orleans. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.